Bitcoin setting a new high yesterday of $49,000, a little bit over it. Right now, we have pulled back. We're at 44,842, and we had made our way into what we were covering for a couple months now, a pretty long time in 2023, was this fib overlap zone, the shaded white zone for Bitcoin. And the importance of this zone is it's the long-term projections as well as 786 retracement of the bull market top in 2021 to bear market bottom in 2022. So we had poked our head into the hot zone, and this was our concrete ceiling. If you've been watching those 2024 price prediction videos, when I say the concrete ceiling, that key level that we need to smash through to reach new all-time highs and price discovery, we got to this level or that level for Bitcoin. So we're at this crossroads as far as whether or not we are going to get a hard rejection and then retrace back down to, in the 30K region, or are we going to find some short-term support here and work our way back up into this concrete ceiling, try to officially smash through it. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and let's dive into it. So the dollar right now, looking at the dollar, we have to look at the market drivers to get a gauge as far as what Bitcoin's going to do, is testing a key level right now. We came down to this micro 786, and we're actually at this fib overlap zone, the shaded zone for the dollar. So like breaking below 102 will cause a further meltdown with the dollar, bringing us down to probably 101. But as you can see, the past times that we've seen this rejection at the EMA ribbon and had a waterfall off for the dollar has led to positive price movements for crypto. So we're at a key moment. It's about to decide if it's going to have a waterfall moment or if it's going to hold that support and then come back up here to try to flip the EMA ribbon from red to green. But looking at the momentum, we're on the 12-hour chart. We are starting to cross over. And we want to see this confirm, cross down, and get through that zero line for confirmation that, the dollar is about to hit a waterfall meltdown moment. Because back here, December 12th, that's what happened with the TSI and the MACD. And then we saw what happened in the price action. So that's what I'm watching as far as that goes for the dollar on the 12-hour chart. Bond yields right now on the 12-hour chart are starting to roll over as well too. We have the TSI coming down, EMA ribbon, it tried to flip it, and now we're breaking below it. So it looks like the momentum still is down for the bond yields. Then we had this rising wedge as well too. It was connected like this. We came up and we got rejected by that trend line. We did have a 2-day buy now, so we could come back down, hold this 200 moving average as support and try to kind of actually officially confirm this buy now signal. Or if we smash down through 3.78%, it's likely we have more of a meltdown to go because that's breaking the 2-day 200 moving average, which was a key level all of 2022, 2023, and now 2024. So now let's look at the stock market, because on the 1-day chart, we are up at this 786 from this previous all-time high that we set in 2023. So if we take a look, this high down to this low right here, the fib forecaster drew it. So let me hide this right here. And we're at that 786 and we're holding above it so far. So 16,822 is key for the US Nasdaq 100 to hold above, to then try to take out these highs over here, to then go on new all-time highs for 2024. And we're on the 3-day chart. We have that sell warning, no sell now yet. We do have some fear in the market. It's interesting to see that with these yellow kind of squares right here, we have fear and we're kind of close to this previous all-time high, when the past times when we had fear was usually at moments where at lows. So there's a lot of fear right now and we're up at these highs. If we can see this 3-day stock RSI cross up through this 50 line, then we're set for new all-time highs for 2024. Then looking at the total crypto market cap, going to the 12-hour chart, we reached up to that 1.8 trillion. I think that's where we're saying what the next level was. Let me throw on the price predictions here. And we got very close to hitting that 1.81, 1.83 trillion. That's what we're saying was the next target. We hit 1.8 and we have this 3-day sell warning. So if we don't want to see us get this sell warning go away, because then that's pretty bearish in my opinion. We want to see this sell warning remain, and we want to keep chugging our way up here so that stock RSI can cross up through that middle line and that TSI can cross up and the MACD can curl in. We want to see that happen. That's on a 3-day chart, and this candle closes today. If we look at the 1-day chart, which is going to give us more insight as to whether we have enough momentum on those smaller time frames to spill into the higher time frames, the 1-day chart did cross up, but we're kind of topping out a little bit. So we need positive momentum today. We need to see some follow through. We do have some bearish divergence here. On the TSI, we have a high, lower high so far. That's why it's important that we come up here and start to break through this downward sloping trend line so we can try to make a new high above this TSI high back here to negate this bearish divergence. It's going to be hard, but it could do it. But at least we want to see us, if we do pull down, hold this 1-day 250 moving average, because that's where we found a support back here a couple times. Looking at the 12-hour chart, ideally holding the 12-hour 50 moving average would be key, because even back in November, we held that support multiple times. December multiple times. January, it looked like it was going to break it back here. It came back up. And then on that wick, on the false kind of news of the ETF, we came right down to it. So that's going to be the level, the must hold level for the total crypto market cap. And then we have connecting these wicks here like that. It's kind of in line with it as well too. Then we have this 786 right here. Upon the breakout, we had this high down to the low. We broke out of the 786. We hit our 2618 extension. So that's going to be our first. All right, we don't want to break below that. So 1.67 trillion. If we break it, then 1.63 trillion. And looking at the momentum, we need to see, strong moves today to negate this from crossing down below that 50 line. Looking at the 3-day chart, we are, in good business, but we need to maintain this trend line coming up like this. So let me hide that. So we have this trend line coming up like that. So we need to hold that. And that's in line with everything else I was just showing you. Bitcoin dominance on the 1-day chart is very close to crossing below this 200 moving average. We're at the 786 right now. So it's a key moment for Bitcoin dominance. And then looking at others' dominance on the 12-hour chart, we got that buy now signal, and it's going to be important to reclaim this 50 moving average on the 12-hour chart so we can flip that EMA ribbon to green. And that would get us above the 21 moving average on the 1-day chart. Looking at Bitcoin right now, it's at 44,500. And we did break down below that 786 that we broke out of. But on the 1-day chart, we really want to hold this 21 moving average, which is at 44,000 flat. And that's our previous kind of highs here of resistance that we're getting caught up on. Broke through it, came back down, broke through it. So we don't want to break back down below that. If we do, we're going to have probably more of a substantial pull down, probably to 42K. And that's going to be the key level to hold, because that's right there. And then if we go to the 3-day chart, we'll put this trend line coming up like this. And you can see how this trend line, we held support multiple times. It's coinciding with that 42K level, as well as the 3-day 21 moving average is heading up right to that level as well too. So it's going to be pretty key that we hold that. If we fall lower, and then we have a short-term trend line like this that is coinciding with this first level of 44K that we must hold. Then looking at the 4-hour chart, we are having that momentum pull down pretty hard right now. So it's going to be important within the next couple of hours here that we hold these levels and we start to work our way back up, because we do have these void lines opening up wide. We do have a 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart around 43.5K. So that's going to be another level too that we must hold, because this whole ride up, we never broke the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. This whole ride, as you can see, support. Even on all those wicks, we never had a candle body close below there. If we did have one, then I'm starting to get a little cautious as far as more of a substantial dip and retracement for Bitcoin. Then looking at Ethereum, it actually made a new high today. Going to the 4-hour chart for Ethereum, we do have this trend line kind of pulling up like this that we're maintaining right now. If we do pull down lower, it's likely we're going to retest 2,400. That's going to be the key level to hold for Ethereum. Looking at the others market cap, going to the 3-day chart, we are holding this short. Actually, let me go to the 1-day. We are holding this short-term kind of steep trend line up. We want to maintain that. We want to see positive movement in the short term. We do have this 12-hour 50 moving average that we held as support this whole ride up. We broke below it, came back up. So it's likely that level will come back down to retest, which was a key horizontal level as well too. And that's around 210 billion. We're at 213 right now. Then looking at a couple of altcoins, if we look on the right side of our screen, Zen's up a good amount. Sui, we nailed Sui, calling that out in the Discord for the private members here. In case you missed that info, we had called Sui in the morning at 4:12 a.m. It was at like $1. It was at $1. Called that out. Right now, it is currently at $1.18, even hit a high of $1.22. So far, so good on that, up 18 to 22%. We are at a key level though. We are at a key level. So Sui definitely showing strength, Arbitrum optimism as well too. It's what we expected, especially with Ethereum, the narrative moving to there. So that's how we're going to be playing it. So join the Discord, link is in the bio, subscribe, hit the notification bell for additional updates, but I'll be giving more updates throughout the day as price action unfolds in the Discord. So you want to join there. So link is in the bio for that. I'll see you guys in there and in the next video.